What's the biggest difference you've noticed between what was here in the previous regime and what Coach Fickell has here now? Is there one thing you could put your finger on that says, hey, that's different?
I mean, to me, it's the energy. You know, those guys come in and day out with top of the line energy. You know, it's just they're on us from the time we get here to the time we leave. They just harp on energy and, you know, having positive attitude. They're just driving us to be, you know, fierce competitors.
It sounds like this is going to be a run-first team. At least that's what it sounds like. I'm sure that's all well and good to you. If it is, how does that play out in your mind?
You know, as a running back, you know, you love to hear, you know, if we're going to be a, you know, run-oriented team. But it's just, you know, they'll just put, you know, more the workload, you know, on the running backs, you know, for us to come out and, you know, day in and day out execute what they ask us to do, and as well as the offensive line. You know, it just make us, you know, work hard.
How much is the mindset change after a season like last season, just kind of coming into this year? Just kind of what's the mindset with this team?
I mean, it's just, you know, we just want to be positive because we saw, you know, what happened last year, and us, as you know, me as a senior, I don't want us to go back there. So it's just, you know, day in and day out, I just try to, you know, do everything I can to prevent, you know, the things that happened last year.
Mike, I know that you had a leg injury last year, had 2 touchdowns, under 400 rushing yards last year. Are you hoping to get back to 2015?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, I was in the training room day in and day out. You know, I healed up great. You know, I'm expecting a very good year this year. You know, that's in the past. You know, a whole new team, whole new attitude will definitely be different this year.
What do you think of the younger guys, Michael Cope, guys like that?
Oh yeah, those guys, they come in, they work hard, they're learning the offense fast, you know, to be, you know, freshmen. But those guys, you know, they'll be good.
Is there an identity with the team this year? Like you could pin down something. I know it's early, but what would be the identity?
I mean, right now, you know, we're just focusing on our daily objectives, you know, and just coming out every day and competing.
Terminology is all different, right? I mean, it's a whole new system that you've had to learn as a team, and then obviously being the centerpiece of the offense, there's even more pressure there. How have you been handling that?
So in the spring, we went over all of the offense in a very short amount of time. I think I did good in the spring in the amount of time that we had, and the 3 months since spring coming into now, we've kept on going over the offense, and everybody is getting really confident and knowing what they're doing on the field. And I think that, yeah, the terminology is different, but a lot of the plays are the same. A lot of the concepts are easy to remember. So I think that's going to help us in the long run.
A lot of the national media and even some inside your own conference aren't thinking very highly of what's going on here. What does that do for you, if anything, or to you, if anything?
We love it. All the coaches we don't care. I mean, they won't know what's coming, honestly. So the coach, Collins, he loves it that we're not picked to go very high, and we love it too. I mean, we've got something to prove. We've got a chip on our shoulder.
There's a former legend at your position that's lurking around this program right now, and Gino Guidugli.
Yes, sir.
How much of a benefit is that to you, even though maybe, you know, you don't report directly to him?
Yeah, he's not the quarterback's coach, but I go to him and ask him simple things, and he gives me the knowledge that he has. And just hearing from him and knowing that he was there doing the same thing where I was, giving me tips on things on the field, it really helps.
I know it's early, but is there an identity with this team that you can kind of pick up on that Luke wants you guys to carry this year?
Identity, a lot of times last year, I hate to say it, but we kind of gave up sometimes. I do not see this team doing that. I see this team fighting every single game to the last minute.
For you guys, how much does the tone change? Obviously, fall practice is now starting. How much different does it feel for you as quarterback, though?
There's no dull moment. A lot of times practice last year, and honestly a few years back, there would be some times where you're just trying to get through the practice. Today, I mean, we're going to try to keep on doing that, but we've had great energy all day. Every single period, we're ready to get out there. We're excited to go into this season.
As you've been planning for this offense, what film have you watched? Who have you watched to maybe help you out when you can't be out on the field?
Early in the season, in the spring, me and Coach Hartline, the guy that helps with quarterbacks, we'd go in and we just watch film from last year, and we would try to see what the offense from last year correlates to the offense from this year, and we would just go over things that I can work on. We would point out small things like footwork, things being quicker around the field, being quicker on throws, things that you can correlate from the same offense that we ran 2 years ago to this offense.